Good day to every Nigerian out there. In this conversation, I want us to tackle an issue, and that issue is the idea that Nigeria is a failed country, or the pessimistic attitude we have towards Nigeria. Now, when you're in conversation with a lot of people, one thing reoccurs in most of the conversation you have with people, and that is the fact that you see a lot of people don't believe in Nigeria. A lot of we Nigerians don't believe in our country, Nigeria. Now we have this attitude of nothing good can come out of Nigeria. What do I mean? Now, when you're discussing with people, it could be a general conversation, it could be you're in public, it could be you're in private with your significant other, with your siblings, with your friends, with your associate, it could be in school, it could be in your workplace. But you find out that a greater percentage of us have this apathetic attitude. We have this defeated idea, we have this defeated mentality like nothing good can actually come out of Nigeria. Now, this creates an attitude of negativity around us. Sometimes it gets to a dangerous level, because there are some of us who don't even want Nigeria to work. Yes, I've come across a couple of people who, in your conversation with them, they tell you that they don't even want the Nigeria to work because mentally these people have seceded from Nigeria. They have separated themselves from Nigeria. They no longer see themselves as Nigerians. Now, I'm not talking of people who are looking at creating their own countries or states or whatever. Because even those of us who want to japa out of Nigeria fall into this category. Now, but one thing is certain, and that thing is that if you have the idea that nothing good can come out of Nigeria, it's a confession of faith. Now, invariably, what you're saying is nothing good can come out of me. Because whatever thing you say about Nigeria has to do with you. So I think that we need to change our perspective. We need to change our attitude towards Nigeria because we're a great nation. If only we choose to do what is right, if we choose to develop the work ethic needed to actualize the noble vision that we can have for our country. Now, for those of us who think that Japan out of Nigeria will solve the problem, you're a greater problem than even the man that is not doing anything in Nigeria. Because your case is that, in fact, your case is a Akamu case. I don't want to talk about that for now. But the point is, we have to change our attitude. Because the attitude we have presently, it's not going to produce anything good for us. Now, there's an important thing about attitude. Your attitude will determine to a large extent your way of life, everything, your success, your endeavors, and how much effort you put in to achieve the success you desire. Now, I'm going to use a couple of illustrations to show us how attitude affects our life. Now, let's look at the first illustration. Maybe some of us have been in exam halls where you have somebody by your side and you find out that this person could not spell is or a, or couldn't spell those little words, which on a normal day the person will even spell words that are complex, such as community and a few other things, or words that have double letters. Now, but on the exam day, you find this person fumbling. This person can't even spell the simplest words. Now, what is responsible for that? Because on a normal day, this person will spell these words perfectly. What is responsible for that? Now, some people have this impression that exam is so difficult. Try jam now. Why hard? For you to pass jam, for you to pass why no be here. And this has so ingrained itself in our consciousness that when something is difficult, we use jump and WAEC to illustrate it. Like you said, oh, for me to do this thing now, na jump, na WAEC. Oh." So when you build up that attitude that WAEC or jump or exam is difficult, on the day of the exam, definitely it's going to be difficult for you because you have created a mindset, a mind frame that produces results. Now, this is a very simple um, illustration, but I'm going to tell us two other illustrations that has to do with my own personal life. Now, there's this song I downloaded from YouTube. It's a calming song because as a masoa, sometimes I play calming song for some people. Now, this song is very calm. It's like Kenny G, but it's 3 hours long. Now, I love the song so much. It's an instrumental. I love that instrumental so much. It got to a point I discovered that whenever I play that instrumental, I sleep very well. And sleeping very well for me, it's a thing, in fact, it's a luxury because all my life, I would say for over 30 years, I've known myself now. I don't sleep properly at night. I sleep very lightly. So having a restful night is a luxury to me. But I discovered that whenever I play this music to sleep, I sleep without waking up. Now, someday I was in my quiet time, and it just occurred to me that I actually downloaded this song because I wanted to give it to a friend, someone I loved so much, someone I treasured so much. But it's one of those issues of, I don't know if I would call it love lost or something, where you love somebody and you're not in a relationship with the person and you can't even have the person, or maybe the person doesn't even give a hoot about you. So, okay, I'll say this typical case of you've stolen my heart, you know. So all my life, or in fact, for the past few years, I've been trying to steal back my heart from this person because this person is not available in my life. Now, one day I was contemplating and I said, you remember you downloaded this song because you wanted to give it to this person to assist her relax. And being that I was trying to steal back my heart, or at least copy it from wherever it was and paste it back in my chest cavity, at least if I could do that, I'll be a little bit more satisfied. So I was like, I want to dissociate. I want to do away with anything that reminds me of her. I just had this as a thought for a couple of days, 4, 5 days, not up to 1 week. And one time I now played this song, lo and behold, a song I treasured above every other thing. That song became irritating to me. Both the beats, everything about it, the instrument, everything was irritating to me. I was like, what's the meaning of this? Why are you playing this song? You know, I had to call myself to order. I was like, what the heck is going on? Have you lost your mind? Are you going to hate a song that gives you so much peace simply because of somebody that's not in your life? Now, I had a second experience. Because I'm very active on TikTok, there are a couple of ladies on TikTok that I actually admire. But I've never seen TikTok like a place you could connect with somebody. Though I've had a couple of friends that believed or have done online dating. Number one, TikTok is not a dating site. So I refrain from trying to make a move on those ladies. Moreover, the chances of me winning them is, I don't know. Now, but one day I was contemplating and I was like, what is wrong with you? Why do you even think that these ladies you keep admiring would look in your direction or something? You know, I just told myself that I think you need to remove your mind from these ladies because you can't have them. Moreover, I don't really believe in online dating or long distance dating. I've never done long distance all my life. I'm 43 as at the time of recording, but I've never done long distance relationship. Not even in another state. Come to talk of somebody in another country, because most of these ladies are in America, in Europe. I'm in Nigeria here. You know, a couple of times in the past, I've registered on dating sites, but after the day of registration, I never go back. Instead, the websites keep sending me mails of matches, match. This girl is your match, this people is your match, and all that. But I never go back. So I have tons of them, over 50 websites. There are some I registered as far back as 2010. Till today, they send me mails, but I've never gone back to look at them. Sometimes in my desire for a partner, I just run online, run to one social media, sorry, one dating site and register. Then after then, so I started thinking, what is wrong with you? Why do you think these ladies will even look in your direction? So I was like, forget about these ladies. Now, I had this in mind for like a couple of days as well, not up to 1 week. So one of the days I opened TikTok and I was going through it. You know, all the ladies that I normally admire, they now look like masquerade to me. I was like, what? What is going on? Now, these two experiences, I had them in less than 1 month. And what that showed to me, or what that proved to me, is that your attitude, your perception, your perspective is very powerful, much more powerful than the actuality. Because in the case of the first music, it is the same song, it is the same track, it is the same sound, it is the same rhythm, it is the same everything, and yet the song irritated me. Now, in the case of the ladies on TikTok, it's the same lady, it's the same thing. They were not different. But when I looked at them, I saw them like masculine. I saw them like retired witches, in fact. I saw them like old cargoes. Because the one that was most surprising was one of the ladies. I think she talks. I actually like her. Just apart from her physical appearance and beauty, I like her message because she talks about um women and how to have a smooth relationship with your man. But she doesn't castigate the women that are feminists. But she tries to teach them. So I love her message so much. Each of her message makes meaning to me. I think it's reignite women, something like that. You know, she's a very pretty girl or a pretty lady. But I felt irritated for the first time. I've known that account for over 1 year. But for the first time I felt irritated. So what am I saying? Your attitude affects everything about you. Your attitude is like a screen. If you have a window that is red, when the sun blasts from outside, most things in your room tend to be red. If you have a blue louvers or glass or GMP or something like that, a lot of things in your room will become blue. So the attitude we have towards Nigeria can actually affect everything that we do or think or say. And let us not forget that words have power. The words you say go a long way in creating the life you live. Now, we need to remember something, that whatsoever the mind can conceive and work on, whatsoever the mind can conceive and work on, it will achieve. Mark the word there in quote, work on. It's not just conceiving. You can conceive grand dreams and you daydream every day and you don't put in any effort to achieve your dreams. Or if you believe that life is by luck or by chance, then you will never achieve anything. For success to come, there has to be work, there has to be effort, there has to be some some movement on your own path. So, as a nation, I think that we need to adjust our perspective. We need to adjust our attitude. We need to develop a positive attitude towards Nigeria because that is the beginning of our growth as a nation. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to desire to change Nigeria. No, you're not changing Nigeria. Because when it comes to Nigeria or when it comes to any nation, a nation is made up of the people within that nation. If a greater percentage of people within the nation are successful, that nation will automatically become successful. So all you need to do is to improve on yourself, develop that new attitude, develop an attitude of success. See success in your on your path. See yourself as a success. See that Nigeria will get better. I mean, we stand to gain nothing if we're positive. Rather, we gain everything because, like the Holy Writ says, seest thou a man diligent, and he will dine with kings and queens. As a man thinks, so he will become. Now, when you think, I will bless the work of your hands. When you think about something and you think it as positive, you think it with faith, you think it that you can achieve it, the next thing is you get to work on it. Diligence. You diligently work on it. Now, diligence comes in because nobody succeeds on the first trial. It's just like a baby. If you give birth to a baby creeps, it crawls. A baby doesn't walk the first day it tries to walk. Or if you give birth to a baby and by the second day the baby has started talking, saying, Daddy, come, Daddy, buy me ice cream, what will happen? You will run away. Because as far as you're concerned, this baby has not obeyed the principles of progression. So in life, there is progression in everything that we do. Now, when you do something, you may not do perfectly, but you come back, you contemplate what you have done, you reason what you have done, you look at what you have done, you learn one or two lessons from it, then you do it again. Because in the past, people said opportunity calls but once. But rather, I would prefer to say that opportunity calls every day. Every new day, every new sun is an opportunity to excel in diverse ways. Because when you do something and it doesn't work, you get back home, you sit down, you think about it. Tomorrow, you wake up with a renewed energy, with a renewed zeal, with a renewed determination, and with the lessons that you have learned from the experience of yesteryears, because life is the greatest teacher. So life will teach you. And by failing or by having setback or by doing something wrongly, life has taught you something. So you come back tomorrow with a good attitude, with an enthusiasm and a determination to succeed. Then you apply effort. And gradually you will improve on your skill. With time, you start dining with kings and queens. When we start dining with the kings and queens of who we have created, ourselves and our society, why would somebody now think of to Japan? Where are you Japaring to? You cannot Japan because where you are is greater than where you want to Japan to. So I believe Nigeria can be a great nation. I believe that we can work it out, but I don't know it all. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let me hear from you. What is your opinion? How do we go about this? How do we build an attitude of success? Leaning on your own wealth of experience. Let's talk in the comment section. We can talk about this and let us see how to grow Nigeria. So, if I may ask you a direct question, how do we develop a positive attitude? Or, if I put it another way, what are the challenges that you experience and that prevents you from building a positive attitude towards Nigeria? Drop it in the comment section and I'll trash it out. Those people who are enlightened on the path or who are strong or who are knowledgeable on the path will also help us trash it out. We'll talk about it. and we see how to make a headway because we're all working together now as a team. Because it's only as a team that we can succeed. I believe in Nigeria. I want you to believe in Nigeria. I want you to believe in Nigeria because you believe, I want you to believe in yourself as an individual. Because when you believe in yourself as an individual, you believe in Nigeria. Nigeria is a great nation. And let us not forget something. Nigeria stands at a crucial epoch when the laxity of the youth or the effort of great mind will either plunge us into the pit we have dug for ourselves or elevate us to greater heights. National anthem said, great lofty height attained. Great and lofty height. We all have our lofty dreams. So let us seek to build ourselves as individuals and collectively as a nation so that we will achieve success. I believe in you. I believe in you. Yes, I believe in you. So let us talk. Thanks for listening. Cheers. Good day to every Nigerian out there. In this conversation, I want us to tackle an issue, and that issue is the idea that Nigeria is a failed country, or the pessimistic attitude we have towards Nigeria. Now,